Detroit Lions fans, what's going on, man? Just wanted to have it's time for one of those heart-to-heart videos. So get your popcorn, get something to drink, and let's talk. So, I've been on YouTube. This is the person you get is who I am, and people who have come from my other channel and gravitated over here have been with me from the beginning, and even from the beginning of this channel from October 2021. You know that this is me, and you always get all of me, like John Legend says. You get all of me. This is YouTube, right? So you have to entertain. You have to be good at what you do. You have to be able to hold a conversation, even though I'm talking to a camera. But I picture you guys on the other side, and then I get to meet you at the watch parties, at the game. I genuinely am humbled and grateful for everybody who watches, even the trolls. I mean, like, I have to get better at, I don't know, man. I'm from the D. I'm not from the streets, but I'm from the D. And I think and that's not a knock on people in the city of Detroit, but we just don't take kindly to being disrespected, right? So anyway, it's something that I got to work on. But when it's all said and done, I appreciate all of you. And the purpose of this video is the videos that you see me make, like today. Today was genuinely on the negative side. And it's not that drama sales or negativity sales or anything like that, because in the Detroit Lions world right now, it's the opposite. Positive is what people want to hear. People are just enjoying the ride. And that, for me, I'm enjoying the ride. I had a blast in Kansas City. I wish we played them every year. Next year, we play Philadelphia on the road. I will be at that game. I had a blast. I can't wait to go see us win the division, stuff like that. And although I don't have the money, I'm going to try my best to go to this entire playoff run. I want to be there when the Detroit Lions win the division, because they will. I want to be there when they host Matthew Stafford in Ford Field. I want to be part of history. And not only the NFC North winning that, but when they get the hats and the confetti, I don't know what they do. We've never had it. And real talk, it kind of feel like a mini Super Bowl. I know I might be being hyperbolic, but to me, I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, it feels kind of like a Super Bowl. Like, is this what winning feels like, right? But I'm thinking about, and what I wanted to express to you guys is, I truly think that I have like the best fan base out of everyone who talks Detroit Lions. I have people who have offered me tickets for free to the game. I don't know if he wants me to say who he is, but I've gotten offered a free ticket to see the season finale against the Minnesota Vikings at Ford Field. I offered to pay, but it was offered for free. They told me they appreciate what I do. I had somebody send me the Hutch bobblehead, and this person doesn't even live in our country. And that's how connected we are. So all of this stuff is love, except the super trolls, and they got to go. If you're being disrespectful, you immediately, I'm like, you know what? Why argue? I'm done, right? But the point of this video is, why am I so hard? Why does it seem like I'm not enjoying the ride? You have people who are here to get you news and rumors. You have people who are here that are expert clickbaiters. You have people here that go through the motions, and they just over and over and over. It's the same thing. What you get from me is raw passion. And yeah, you get a lot of emotion, but you get passion. The minute I don't have passion for this team, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing this anymore. I don't care how much money I make, how many subscribers I have. When I run out of passion, I'm not going to do this anymore. The reason that I'm so hard on this team, the reason I take this so painful, right? It's so painful for me is because, and I say this, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful to my fans that are abroad or outside of the city of Detroit, but being inside of Detroit, I think that it is a different feeling. And although I live outside the city right now, just a couple miles, 5-10 miles, I grew up in Detroit. For those of you who are familiar with the west side of Detroit, I grew up on West Chicago and Greenfield, right? It hurt my heart to see Matthew Stafford. Not to see Matthew Stafford go. It was time. But what hurt my heart was how people followed him, because that's how desperate we were. And if you wanted to root for Stafford, that's not how I roll. That's why I defend Jared Goff so much. Not that I don't see the flaws. It is just that he is my quarterback. And for me, my loyalty ends. Retirement in Greenfield. right? That's where Dearborn starts. You know what I'm saying? If you're going south, if you're going north, 8 Mile and Greenfield, that's where Detroit stops. Detroit goes super deep west and not as deep. I want to say it's Telegraph. Telegraph is the border if you're going west on Ford Road, right? So for me, it is the fact that outside of the city, we claim and we act like it doesn't matter, right? Detroit versus everybody, but it does. Why do we want to win the Super Bowl so much? Why do we want our team to do so good? Because when we go and we take over a Lions Stadium, when we go and we're wearing our Detroit Lions merchandise while we're on vacation, that matters. It matters to us that we rep no matter what, right? But to rep, and I on 16 still wearing, right? But imagine what happens when we're winning. And I told this story many a times. When I went to see Matthew Stafford versus Detroit in Jared Goff's first year, we were 0-5. And when I found out the schedule, I had to be there. I had to make sure I went. I don't care what we were doing. I had to make sure I supported my team as they go and play the NFL's Golden Boy that year. We were 0-5. And while I was there, and I tell this story plenty of times, not a single time did I hear whose house in my 5 days in California. All I heard, every day I wore a different Lions shirt, and all I heard was Go Lions. People, I was on the Hollywood, walking the Hollywood sign, Go Lions. Now, mind you, I am in LA. I'm in California. I'm in their territory, and I'm hearing Go Lions. And now you can see that same thing happening when we travel, right? You turn on the news. Listen, y'all. I mean, okay, I don't play a character. I might ham it up 5% because that's what I can't be like dry eyes. I can't be that guy. So I have to ham it up some. That's what I have to give you a personality, but that's pretty much who I am, right? But I'm watching. So I'm not going to tell you something that I don't believe. And I'm never, ever going to lie to you. I'm never, ever going to tell you something just so you can watch my channel, just so you can click the thumbs up, just so you can subscribe. I will never, and I have never and never will do that, right? You guys don't like my takes. Right now, negative is what you don't want to hear. But the reality is, that's what the truth is. I'm watching media. After the Lions lose, I cannot watch anything. No Rich Eisen, no Sports Center, nothing. Because I know what's going to happen. I know what they're going to say. And as Lions fans, we might know, but you know what grinds my gears? It's weird, man. This is how how much of a fan you are, like how fandom works. I can say the same thing about my team. I was ready to call us frauds had we blown that 21-point lead in 6 minutes and 45 seconds in the first quarter. But to hear somebody else say it upsets me, right? They don't have the right to say it. But at the same time, can we blame them? Can we blame them, right? All I'm hearing from Rich Eisen was, and I love Rich Eisen. I love the Rich Eisen show. So this is not talking about him, but we're used to this. Matt Derry, not him, but Andrew Siciliano, I believe is his name. All you hear, just a month ago, you heard how real the Detroit Lions were. A month ago, where even when we lost to the Ravens, it was like, wow, they got beat by a better team. But that last month was tough. We come back, we beat the Raiders, we go on the bye week, and we struggle. 3 straight weeks. One of them games we should have lost, right? We wind up being 2-1. We should have been 1-2. And then the Saints, we almost blew a lead. And for them now to remove us from the contending equation, and I'm not talking about even contending like, okay, we're winning a Super Bowl. It is, we are a joke to them. Aren't you tired of being a joke? Aren't you tired of being the laughing stock? Aren't you tired of not being taken seriously? And I'll say this, and this is my point. And I mentioned it earlier in the video. The San Francisco 49ers, you guys in the comment section were talking about how they're old, but their defense is old. Yeah, but their defense is real too. But The San Francisco 49ers, they didn't end the season. They went on a run, right? They got knocked out of the championship game because their quarterback got hurt. They started the season. They won 5 straight. They lose 3 straight, something we have not done in 14 months. We have not lost more than we have not lost 2 in a row in 14 months. The San Francisco 49ers, they lose. They go 5-0. They lose 3 straight. They come back. And now it's, according to everybody else, now they're Super Bowl favorites because they beat the Philadelphia Eagles. Right? How does that add up? How does that add up? It adds up because you can't take the Detroit Lions seriously. You can't. We're too inconsistent. We know we don't have enough. I'll say this, and I truly believe, I'll never say something I don't believe. I believe that if there's any team that can win it all with what they currently have and be undermanned, is our team. Not only because we represent our coach, but where we come from, what Detroit means, the blue collar town, the Motor City, like our people in the city. That's what we do. I might seem like I'm not from Detroit. I am very much from Detroit. I still live in Michigan, and I'm just outside the city. I'm about 12 minutes from Ford Field. Well, if you hop on the freeway. I've gone to the game with some subscribers. You wouldn't be able to see me at Uno's if I wasn't local. So there are people that can vouch, even though I don't need anybody to vouch for me. But what are you getting? It hurts my heart to see that our team is good, but nobody believes that we are. We're not there yet. We're under Dallas. We're under Dallas. We're under the San Francisco 49ers go from 5-3, 3 in a row, to now 9-3, winning 4 in a row. And now they're the Super Bowl favorites. Just when you start to take the Detroit Lions seriously, something happens. We get inconsistent, and now you can't. And you can call those people bandwagon fans. And that's what they are. I'm not a bandwagon fan. I am a real fan. I am a realist, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I feel is wrong and right with this team. So that's why things are like they are with me. Obviously, like I said, this is a heart-to-heart real conversation. No shtick, you know what I'm saying? No animated delivery, just me. This is me. This is my regular self. And it's painful. It's painful to be, I feel like we're being compared to the 2022 Minnesota Vikings. And what would you call them? It is possible that somebody can come in here. Now they're saying, listen, we beat Green Bay at home. This is the final point. I know this video is long, but I'm going to wrap it up. This is the final point. We beat Green Bay in their home. Even when in week 4, we were 2-1. And they didn't take us seriously. We came in, we dominated Green Bay. They almost came back, but we know what happened there, right? So now Green Bay comes in, they catch us third game in 11 days, and now they're talking more about them than they are about us. We're the ones that's 3 games in front. But you know what they're saying? Detroit doesn't want to see Green Bay at home. When you were just saying that about us. We're the team that finished 8-2. We're the team that's 17-5 in their last 22, but they don't take us serious. And that is why I will never, ever change who I am. I will never, ever try to lull you into a false sense of security. And I also will never, ever accept mediocrity. Like we've had enough of that. I'm not going to accept that. There's no reason the Lions should be in year 3 of a rebuild, and the Jacksonville Jaguars are in year 3 of that same rebuild, having won the division and won a playoff game in the same year they had a first overall pick. There's no excuse for our Detroit Lions. So, no fun, no games, no smart remarks, just me and you talking and me telling you why I am the way that I am. Appreciate all y'all. The trolls, I appreciate you too. Thank you for that 10 cent, man. I appreciate that. That 10 cent is going to go for watching the video. That's going to go toward a new camera eventually. And soon, hopefully, an actual studio. So, you guys are awesome. Take care of yourself and each other. It's always good to just sit down and have a real conversation. And as always, the Lions.